you ever have one of those days where you wake up, you do everything right, you even curl your hair, you put on your makeup, you get dressed, you're ready to go, you walk outside your room, and someone has thrown up on the carpet in the hallway? Well, that was my day today, and so now I am home with my youngest son, who is acting completely fine. So I really feel like it was probably just a fluke. I have no idea what he threw up, but he's acting totally normal, does not have a temperature, nothing. But I did not obviously want to risk that I would take him to church and he would throw up again there, or that he would be contagious or something like that. So we are home for the day, and since I'm home, I thought that I might as well just sit down and do a favorites video and share some of my recent favorites. These will probably be, some of these are kind of like all-time favorites and some are more recent favorites. So if you like seeing more videos like this, or if you're interested in homeschooling, please subscribe to my channel. I'm a homeschooling mom of 5 kids, ages 4 through 12. And so in this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you a few of just my favorite things, and then a couple of things, or maybe just one thing, but one of my favorite things definitely for homeschooling, or for our homeschool, not for homeschooling, just you use it one time. But anyway, before I talk about that, let's just go ahead and check out the other things that I want to share first. This first item is a gift that was given to me by my friend Megan, and I've had this for a long time, and it is still one of my favorite things. It is this candle, and it is an aromatherapy candle. It is a soy candle. It's lavender and eucalyptus with essential oils of cedar leaf and lavender. Oh my goodness, you guys. Oh, this smells so good. It smells so good that I honestly, like, you can tell I've hardly burned it, and I've had it for a long time, but I keep it on my desk and I can still smell it. It always smells so good. So I really, really love this candle. It's hard for me to burn it though, because I just love it so much and I don't want to waste it. So this has been one of my favorites for a long time. Another item that has been my favorite for a long time is my noise canceling headphones. These are from Sony. I will link to these down in the description box for you so that you can check them out if you would like to get yourself a pair. These are amazing. Honestly, any type of noise canceling headphones are really great for a mom, especially a mom with lots of kids, and especially a mom who tries to edit YouTube videos. Because in all honesty, if I did not have these babies, I could not edit videos ever during the day or when my kids are around, because it would just be impossible. So I really like these because they also come with this really nice case that you can put them in. And so yeah, like that. It's got little cords and stuff that go with it, but this is really great. And my dog is barking because there are people walking outside. The next item is a beauty product. I think I'm only gonna really share one beauty product in this video because I haven't actually really changed anything up recently, but it is this Neutrogena Healthy Skin. Let's see if you can see it. Anti-aging perfector. My color is ivory to fair because I'm incredibly pale. I basically am like pink or very white. Those are my shades, my tones of my skin. I have a very ruddy pink complexion, so I always need something very light. This is a moisturizing retinol treatment with sunscreen, broad spectrum, SPF 20, and it's supposed to even your tone. So I really like this. It's been really good for me, and it's super affordable. I just got it at Target. There are lots of things that I am not brand loyal to at all, and one of those is essential oils, but I do try to be very careful. I don't just buy like the essential oils that are in like the aisle at Walmart or something like that. I try to buy things that are, you know, therapeutic grade and have a good reputation and things like that. So one that I found recently is called Fabulous Franny, and hopefully this is a good one. I've read really good reviews on it and I've had a good experience with it, and it is the Roll-On De-Stress Essential Oil Blend. And so this has, let me see, it has 100% pure essential oil blend of grapefruit, lavender, ylang ylang, and coconut carrier oil. And so I really love this. I totally have issues with stress sometimes, a lot of the time. And I have always, I shouldn't say always, but for years and years and years, at least 4 or 5 years now, I carry lavender essential oil with me all the time because for whatever reason, for me personally, it really helps kind of take that edge off when I'm really stressed out. And when I felt in the past like I was maybe gonna have like a panic attack, I could take some essential oil, lavender essential oil, and I would actually put it in my hands and then just kind of breathe it in. And I would breathe it in and then it would just really calm me. And so I really like this one because it smells really good. Yeah, it smells amazing. That grapefruit is like what really kind of brightens it up. And I really love it. And I've used it with my kids and I can see a difference. Like if I give them some of this put it on, you know, maybe their temples or something like that. They honestly do calm down. So I really like this. You don't necessarily have to get this brand, but I like having the lavender and the coconut, not the coconut, lavender and the grapefruit with the ylang ylang, and then in the coconut oil, carrier oil. It's a good combo. So if you have an essential oil that you are more loyal to, you could just combine those and create this, but it smells amazing. And the last few items that I'm gonna share with you are books. I don't know if you remember or if you know, I used to be a high school English teacher. I have a degree in secondary English education. So I have always loved to read. I've loved to read for as long as I can remember. And so the books that I want to share with you today, there are 3 for homeschooling and then 1 just kind of like parenting. So I'm gonna do that one first. The first book is The Highly Sensitive Child by Elaine and Aaron, PhD. As you can see, mine is well loved. It's been drawn on and it's kind of ripping, and I read it a lot. I kind of have notes like throughout the whole thing. You may know that we have 2 kids who have sensory processing disorders, among some other things. And before we had any diagnoses for either of them, I read this book because I couldn't figure out what was up. You know, they were different and I didn't understand why. I didn't understand what it was. But the more that I read this book, the more that I realized every single principle in this book is applicable to all children, because we're all sensitive in our own ways. And this book teaches so much about, you know, being loving and patient and kind and gracious, which I feel like that is just the way we should treat everybody. And so as a mom, as a parent, I feel like reading this book, regardless of whether or not your child is highly sensitive or has special needs, this book is really, really great. So it's called The Highly Sensitive Child, and I like this: helping our children thrive when the world overwhelms them. And honestly, who doesn't feel overwhelmed by the world sometimes? I know that I do. As a grown woman, I feel overwhelmed sometimes. So this is just a really, really excellent book. So just to give you kind of an idea of what is in this book, there's 2 parts. There's part 1, which is an overview of the sensitive child. And then part 2 is from infancy to adulthood. And so the first section is just kind of like helping you understand what is a sensitive child. Like chapter 1 is called Sensitivity, a better light on shy and fussy children. And kind of, you know, walking that line between the two, when it is someone who is highly sensitive or someone who's just having like a sensitive moment and all of that. And then one of the chapters I really like is chapter 3, which is when you are a parent, when you, the parent, are not highly sensitive. And so that chapter is all about parents who are unable to relate to their children. Like, why in the world is my child acting like this? I can't understand it. And so like that is a really, really great chapter for any parent, regardless of whether or not your child has special needs or is a highly sensitive child. It helps you understand how to better relate to your child and gives you tips and tricks on how to kind of be patient with them. Oh, my dog keeps barking. And then chapter 4 is for the parent who is highly sensitive along with their child, which that's also very helpful. And then chapter 5 of that first section is 4 keys to raising a joyous, highly sensitive child: self-esteem, shame reduction, wise discipline, and knowing how to discuss sensitivity, which once again, I feel like all of those principles are important to all human beings. And then, oh, I scratched my neck. And then the second part just goes all the way from infancy to young adulthood, kind of explaining how to navigate those ages and basically be helpful to your child as they are highly sensitive, facing, you know, either big decisions or big life changes or hormonal changes or, you know, developmental changes and things like that. So overall, I just love this book. I think this is such a good book for parents in general. So I will have it linked to down below if you want to get a copy of it. And then the last 3 books, or the last 3 items that I'm going to share with you, are all books, and they're all for the homeschool mom. Although the first one is not necessarily a book just for homeschool moms, but it is this book, Mere Motherhood by Cindy Rollins. I may or may not have already shared this book with you guys. I'm pretty sure I did over a year ago, but I'm gonna share it again because it's amazing. And I got to see Cindy Rollins recently at a conference, and that was really fun. She's like so inspiring to me because she's a mom of lots of kids who homeschooled, and just, she's the one that invented like the morning time and all that. Like she's so great. So anyway, I love this book. It's one of those books that's really encouraging. Like if you're feeling like you're going through a difficult parenting stage or a difficult time in your homeschool, like read this book. It will make you feel so much better about yourself because she's so real and she doesn't sugarcoat things. So I really love this book. I will have this link too below for you as well. And then I also love, which I've talked about so many times, but this is one of my all-time favorites, Teaching from Rest by Sarah Mackenzie. It is just the best. And it's in my favorites video because I like reading it right before we start homeschool again. This is a book that kind of like can help center you and help you be a really good homeschool mom, because it teaches you how to look at homeschooling from kind of like a different angle, because homeschool is not public school and it's not private school. It's a completely different beast, and you don't have to mimic those things or, you know, feel like you have to be in a certain type of box. And I just really love this book. So this is awesome. Sarah Mackenzie is just great. Like the Read Aloud Revival, just everything that she does is really, really high quality and good. And she's a mom of lots of kids too, so she totally gets it. And the very last thing that I'm going to share with you guys is a book that we always read on our first day of homeschool, and it is this book. Whoa. This Is My Home, This Is My School by Jonathan Bean. And oops, sorry, it's very glary. There we go. It's such a cute book to read on the first day of school. It's so cute. He was a homeschooled kid himself, and he wrote this book and did all the cute illustrations, and as an adult he did it, not as a kid. And it's such a cute book. It's one that I love reading every single year because it's really hard to find books about homeschooled kids or homeschooled families, and it's so fun to find one that's actually really cute and makes, you know, a fun way to start out your homeschool year. So check this one out down in my description box. So that's everything that I was going to share with you guys today. Just a few of my favorites from the past month or so, or past year, depending on the item. If you like these types of videos, let me know by clicking the like button and subscribing to my channel. I can do more of them again in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.